passport office workers are launching a 5-week strike today as the union representing them claims that the government has not engaged in meaningful talks.
Yes, the walkout by over 1,000 members of staff could have a significant impact on the delivery of passports in the run-up to the summer holidays.
Now, yet more holiday woes. Joining us now for more is the head of the Point Sky UK, Nicky Kelvin. Nicky, we saw those scenes in Dover at the weekend. Now, yet more chaos. What does this actually mean for punters like me, I hasten to add, whose passport is about to run out?
Well, the biggest piece of advice that I can give is check your passport now and take action right now. The interesting thing is the Passport Office says that the wait time is 10 weeks. So we saw a year or in the last couple of years, wait times be incredibly long. The Passport Office has found new efficiencies. I think they struggled when workers were working from home through COVID. But things are a lot better now. 10-week wait is what the Passport Office says. And even with this 5-week strike, they're still saying 10 weeks is going to be the wait time. Now, 10 weeks is quite a long time if your holiday's in a couple of weeks. So it's just about the time now where you need to get your application in for the summer holidays, if that's when you're trying to go away. We're yet to see whether they'll be true to their word, whether 10 weeks still works. Anecdotally, a cabbie yesterday told me he submitted an application 2 weeks ago and he got his passport back in 10 days, not in 10 weeks, and you're hearing a lot of that now. So have they become efficient enough that they can swallow this 5-week strike? But if not, people are going to be really in trouble for the summer.
Are there ways around this? Let's say you've got a weekend trip booked and you can't really wait the 10 weeks. Can you go on the day? I mean, what are the ways that you can get a passport quickly?
Yeah, so the Passport Office offer an expedited service. I think same-day services is a thing of the past. You can get appointments, but walking in somewhere and getting a passport immediately is going to be very difficult. I think those expedited services, again, they're saying they're not cancelling them in this period, but I think that could be the first thing to go. I spent quite a long time last night trying to work out the government's compensation mechanism for when they fail people, because there's a knock-on effect. If the government says, if the Passport Office says, we're going to get you a passport in 2, 3, 4, 5 days and you miss your holiday, should the government or the Passport Office pay for your losses? And some guidance says that they should, but there's a lot of different sort of factors that feed into that. But I think they may say soon the expedited services are no longer available during the strike period. So really, there isn't a great way about it. The only way is to plan ahead. If you've got, if you want to get away in the coming weeks, but your passport is expired, you might need to look at your destination. You think about staying at home or going to Ireland, for example, where you can travel with just ID and not with a passport.
So it's Durham, Glasgow, Liverpool, London, Newport, Peterborough, Southport and Northern Ireland. So it's UK-wide strike. The way I got around it was I went to Victoria for the day. I got an appointment, I got it same day. That is a way around it. But how is this going to end? It looks like here they've only offered a 2% pay rise. There's no wonder they've turned that down. That barely scratched the surface of inflation. What are they after and how might this end? Well,
I think my focus is always on that. How can I help travellers and consumers get there? I think we're seeing in other industries where bigger pay rises are being given. It's yet to be seen where the government's going to get to with the Passport Office. But I think the strike, if it doesn't have a big enough effect this time, they may not be successful this time around. But the next time around, when they might call more action, might be the time when they have a stronger bargaining chip, when this 10-week period is affected. Because right now we might see a 5-week strike with little effect to sort of normal people who need their passports.
So, Nicky, we're talking about the Passport Office strikes, but there's also the impending Easter holiday strikes, aren't there? And then the BA security personnel, they're going to be walking out as well, staging a walkout. What's your advice to travellers who are trying to get away over Easter? Should we be arriving really early to the airport?
So it depends on where you're flying from. So let's take the Heathrow strikes, for example. Security staff, now that is limited to Terminal 5, which is the home of British Airways at Heathrow. Now, because of so many, a couple of years of travel disruption and striking, airlines, travel companies are taking action ahead of time. So British Airways actually cancelled a lot of flights ahead of time. And they're saying that on the ground now in Heathrow, it's a 10-day strike. We're in the middle of it right now. And actually passengers are not badly affected by that because cancellations already happened. Now, that doesn't help you if you lost your holiday because BA cancelled your flights. But the advice is check with your travel company. Don't turn up to the airport even on the day without seeing what the situation is at the airport, what the latest device is, and if your flight is actually going. But getting to the airport early is going to be important, but also too early, and then travellers are going to be clogging up the airport systems. I think the biggest effect at Heathrow seems to be on airport staff as they need to get checked and freight coming in. It seems like they've taken more staff away from those points. So if you're working at the airport, you're going to have to leave much more time to get through the security checks.
OK, Nicky Kelvin, thank you for your input today. I tell you what,
Lots to look forward to.
Yeah, it makes me feel like just staying in Blackpool or Skegness, doesn't it, and avoiding all this.
Staycation.
It's a nightmare. Thank you, Nicky.
Thank
Good
you,
day.
Nicky. Thank you.